Good evening, my friends. I'm Nero, and welcome. Today we're on a bit of a time crunch. Not because we're rushing to get things done, but because the things we're going to do are only available for a short period of time. There are some demos out right now on the Steam Next Fest event going on, and I am interested in several of them. So, I'm going to do a compilation, as it were, today. We're going to do three or four small games, or at least we're going to only play them for a little bit to get a good feel for them. I'm excited about them. I'm excited to share them with you. I'm also excited to hydrate. Hey, you knew that was coming. You knew that reference was coming. Grab your water bottle, take a good drink of water. That's the good stuff. And without further ado, let's get into it. All right, my friends, this is Deck of Haunts. We're going to do our recording a little differently today. You're not going to have my lovely face in the corner because I don't have the time to set it up. What we are going to do is we are going to record 10 minutes of gameplay of each of these games on demo, and then we're going to stitch them together. So except for the transitions, that's all you're getting. This is Deck of Haunts. This is a deck builder base management game where you are the haunted house. Welcome to Deck of Haunts. You play as a haunted house that consumes humans, entering its domain. Keep the humans away from your heart. Play your cards on humans. Kill them or drive them insane to steal their essence. Build rooms with essence to expand your strength and gain bonuses. During the night, you play cards from your deck. Deal damage to damage health or drain sanity from humans. Cards have an action point cost, the target, and the effect. Now, I saw this game as a preview on one of the game reviewing sites that there are, and yeah, I was very excited about it. And so we're going to play it. Right away, the vibe is pretty awesome. It's got kind of a simplistic speed painting graphics for the profiles. Maybe AI. I'm not sure. The backgrounds are very kind of cel-shaded 3D rendering. It's got these awesome kind of creepy, dark rooms. You saw we already played a couple cards. We're driving this guy crazy. It's great. And then we're going to end our turn, and he's going to move deeper into the house. Now, I did play this once already, so I do kind of know what I'm doing, which is fine. I do know you get more essence from killing a human versus simply driving them insane. One human killed, 40 essence gained. I love just the motif it has. It has very Art Nouveau vibes. Deck building, yeah. So it's got a couple different phases, which is awesome. And like the music is just creepy enough to add to the ambiance, but without overpowering and stealing the stage. End of every night, you can choose from a selection of cards to permanently add to your deck. Flesh, all echo, cold. Well, let's do cursed flesh. Buildings and basic rooms. During the day, you can construct rooms and change your layout. Build common rooms so humans will take more turns to reach your heart. Playing room tiles of the same type next to each other will merge them into a single room. Further away from your heart, the more expensive rooms become to sustain nightly. need to sustain yourself to keep yourself manifested in this world. The further away you build from your heart, the more humans you need to sustain your rooms. Sustaining is done through paying essence at the start of each night. During that night, you need to drive humans insane, kill and consume them to gather more essence to sustain yourself. So yeah, it's got a pretty good basic concept to it of well, I didn't mean to do that. Undo. Hey, I can fix that. Excellent. Living room off this way. Bell tower here. Yeah. So the bell tower will give us a witch that randomly moves around and drives people crazy. Yeah. Like I said, I played this for a while. I'm going to be playing this for a while, even on my own. I've really been enjoying it. To win, you need to survive a certain number of nights. Lose when the health of your heart runs out. You lose health when a human enters your heart, or when your essence is below 0 at the end of the night. Essence harvested from dead or insane humans. Solo human. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do phantom raking on Chris. Poor Chris. And we will... Tension multiplies the next drain effect. 3 tiers, times 2, times 3, and times 5 that all get consumed the next time a human gets drained. Also reduces by 1 after 2 turns of not getting any tension. Okay. I didn't pay attention that last time. Yeah, let's drive Kim insane. That'll be good. And that's all we can do this turn. We use action points from here. Got 10 cards in our deck total, I guess. Oh, and now they are terrified of this nightmarish hanging witch. So that's nice. And now we have made somebody panic. A human panicked by either witnessing your heart room or a corpse. Don't let them escape. All right. Doing that just in case I need to drive them insane to keep them from leaving. I don't know if that's going to happen. 2, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. Yes! 2 humans killed. More essence. Discard 1 card, gain 2 action points, banish. Okay, so that banish removes from the deck for the rest of the night. Hell, clawing stone. Oh, clawing stone. Yeah. Beginning of the day. The beginning of the day phase, you can purchase room tile cards with essence. Purchase cards get added to your hand, and you can play them after you're done shopping. Button to reroll a shop in exchange for essence. Special rooms. These rooms are more expensive to sustain. Guest room, kitchen, living room. We only need 20 to sustain ourselves right now. Guest room. That's all we can get. But boy howdy, we can get that. And we're going to go ahead and build the guest room up here. Yeah. So as you can see, as you add tiles of the same type, they get bigger. Oh. We might need to do this differently. No, I think we're okay. No, we're not. We're not okay. 0 to sustain it here. But that does give it more... Yeah. Look how big our mansion is. And we have this awesome bell tower. It's great. So like I said, the graphics are good. The mechanics are very intuitive. Once you start learning them, okay, yeah, you can start figuring out the synergies and all that. Even you can't remember how it came into being. Because, see, we only had 20 essence left here, and we have to keep an eye on that. Humans have different traits, extra buffs. So somebody hasn't entered yet. They will enter through a side entrance. Grace is panicky. Good to know. She's also only got 6 health, so that's handy. And that's already done with. So, yeah, we can just end our turn there. Now, yeah. I don't want to completely drive them insane. I do want to destroy him. Because that will give me more, Yes, all the essence. Bell Crush marked by the house. Hex increased in train effect. Okay. Drain 3 times. 1 tension. Deal 100 damage. Banish all Bell Tower cards in your deck. Okay. Sure. We got 20 sustain, sacrificial room. Used to destroy a card and regain its cost in 8 action points. I've never played with that. I don't know. All right, let's see what happens here. I want to give them plenty of places to go. We're going to finish this round, and that's going to be our description for Deck of Haunts. Like I said, it's a fun little deck builder. It's a fun little reverse horror game where you are the mansion, you are the horror. That's a lot of fun to me. I really appreciate that. End building. And we're now in the night phase. Got Stonemason. Stonemasons has entered your realm. These are humans with magical abilities hunting for supernatural entities. They will head directly for your heart room. Once they enter your heart room, they will start a ritual that damages your heart every turn. Stop them. All right, well, we've got to take out the Mason. Even if that means we can only drive this guy crazy. Need to put a room here, give them somewhere else to go. We're going to move him elsewhere. Because that will let us do this. And then he's defeated. He's not going to move. That's fine. Ah. 3, 2, and 2. That's going to be enough to take out either of these guys. Actually, William, he's a bleeder. So we can actually just hurt him enough there. Rail. Okay. Panicky. Each time they gain attention, others are... Okay. He's going to try to flee. That's not great. He is going to collapse. Yeah, there we go. Just need to do enough damage there. Gotta buy some time. And there we go. That's how the night ends. And that, my friends, is Deck of Haunts. I said, I imagine this can get big, crazy, bonkers. I'm looking forward to some new rooms. A random phobia to your hand. Repeat for every propagating nightmares played this night. Interesting. Or we could just do more clawing stone. That sounds cool. But that, my friends, is Deck of Haunts. We will continue... I will continue playing this later. But we have other games to play. This, my friends, is Dead Pixels 2. This is a game I'm also very excited about. We played Dead Pixels 1 in the Spooktober a few years back. Dead Pixels 1, absolute blast. If you haven't gotten it, check it out. Something to tide you over in the meantime. One of my favorite things about this, it's got demo, it's got daily run. One of my favorite things about this is they did pay attention to what people were asking for. You can customize your character. You can change gender. You can change skin tone. You got quite that pale. You can change your face. You can give yourself a different look. You can change your eyes. All of that jazz. It's great. Like I said, I'm really excited with a lot of the customization options they added. I already made my character, so that's great. They really overhauled this. It feels almost Stardew Valley-esque with how you can customize your character. And you can customize colors, you can customize all that. Now, the demo is only 5 streets, but it is just a fantastic zombie shooter. 1987, the dead rose across America. Few survived the first month. Today's date is March 4th, 1991. It does have that very early 90s era VHS vibe to it. Straight to video. And you can adjust some of the graphics, like if you don't want this tube-style TV appearance, you can change that. But why would you? That's half the game. What are you doing, bozo? Driving at full speed through the city is a great way to end up undead. Follow my instructions if you want to still have a pulse tomorrow. Now, one of the things I do appreciate, it's got a very quick and easy to follow tutorial. And, of course, you are immortal for the first part of it. Which is nice, because they're going to munch on you otherwise. Hold middle mouse button, left control, move the mouse to look around. Hey, look, there's zombies. Surprising absolutely no one. In a game about shooting zombies, zombies show up.
And now you use right mouse button to throw grenades. Like I said, it's very intuitive and fast-paced tutorial, which I appreciate. Doesn't completely hold your hand, it just gets you right into it. Pick up items by pressing space next to them. Yeah, you can break registers, that's nice. And it is a very fast-paced looting. Okay, use E to use the best healing item in your inventory. Press tab to go into the inventory and spend skill points. Now, I always level up luck and bargaining first. Oh, I can't do that. Well, fine. Luck, bargaining, and stamina, I guess. If you exit building, head right, you'll get to us. We're in a walled-off community called Salvation about 5 blocks away. Now, I have played this 2 or 3 times already. Get here, we can try a way to get you back on the road. The maps are all procedurally generated, and it does have this great old-school pixel art vibe, which is fantastic. It's got a retro feel to it, but with a lot of smoothness. It's got the chiptunes music, which is great. So many games these days focus so heavily on cutting-edge graphics and lifelike sound, and I don't care if it sounds lifelike. Half my game is going to be spent in the theater of the mind. I'm okay with that. In fact, I would prefer that. Stop forcing me to see your vision of it. And this game is very, very respectful of that. As you can see, you start out not being able to move very fast. Understandable. And it's got a pretty easy to decipher interface. I use melee attacks a lot. Because in the zombie apocalypse, you gotta conserve your ammo. We all know this. You can't be spending all your bullets on 2 or 3 zombies. You gotta save that ammo. You gotta save 1 bullet. Now, one of the things I don't particularly care for is the collect key is the same as the melee key. Sometimes that can be a little bit of a hassle. I'd like to see that be just some other key or something, but what do I know? And now we're finally at a trader. There are traders scattered throughout the zombie apocalypse wasteland, which is nice. And it's got these NPCs that talk about what they miss. And they're all, of course, randomly generated as well, so that's fun. It adds a little bit of depth to the game, saying, hey, there are still other people around. What's my pleasure? Each trader has a specific extra bonus thing they have, where you, like this one has gambling, some of them have special run specific boosts you can get, some of them have temporary buffs. It's all great. It has streamlined what you can sell pretty easily, and buying and selling, like I said, the menus are all pretty easy to understand. The one thing I don't like is that the navigation buttons are kind of built into it, and sometimes they're a little hard to see. I'd like to see that, you know, bottom right fixed to the window rather than in line with the rest of it, just to kind of set it apart. Oh, we're gonna get the meat cleaver. Yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna buy and equip that. Everything else is not necessarily worth our time, because we're not flush with cash yet. But we are playing on easy mode, so not too worried about things. Let's go ahead and get everything. Why not? Money has rarely been an issue for me in this game. But I want to make it through a couple streets so I can show you kind of what's going on with this game. But I also have so many other games I want to show you. Can loot pretty much everything not nailed down, and even some stuff that is. Oh, hey, we leveled up. That means we can level up our bargaining, and we can get melee. Because we use melee a lot. And now we're one-shotting zombies. Just the way we're supposed to. It's kind of nice not having to worry about what my face looks like right now. See, this one you can hire a sniper who give the signal, take shots of nearby undead, gets you 5 headshots. None of this, every bit of this is inferior. Only thing is if he's got a better shotgun, but I don't think he does. We are going to buy every first aid kit we can find. Yeah, like I said, the music is great. Like I said, it's very evocative, that old era. Back in the early 90s. The old era of the early 90s, yes. And the graphics, while they are pixel-based, they are still very smooth. The gameplay, the mechanics are pretty basic, pretty quick to jump in and understand. It very much feels like those old arcade games, the old quarter burners. Of, oh, you died, put in another quarter. Yeah, see, now we've got this positive feedback loop of we get experience for getting melee kills, which lets us do more melee kills, which gets us more experience. Back and forth and back and forth. It's great. Why don't I take one of these motorcycles? That's what I want to know. Apparently I can't take a motorcycle, but I could chop them, which seems counterintuitive. Let's not chop the motorcycles. I bet they explode. They explode. I know this already. They have also added random events. You know, that wolf howl that indicates something's happening. That's the transition of day into night, maybe. Either way, they added a time cycle. They added weather. There are random events that happen. It's awesome. They put a lot of stuff in that you maybe don't consciously think about, but add so much depth to the game. For instance, sound. Like in most games, firing a gun, whatever. You're gonna make noise. You're gonna fire a gun. In this one, yeah, firing a gun draws attention. If they haven't noticed you, they're gonna. Coins do disappear pretty quickly. Oh, ow. So you have to be quick on the uptake, which is why you want to get that coin magnet from the beginning. We didn't get that trader this time, though. We are going to trash everything here. Why not? Bolt rifle in the action section. That makes sense. Skill points, the skills do get progressively more expensive. So there's that. Every time you put another point in, it does take more to get the next one. I'm very excited. And here's the best thing. The first one was 1 to 2 players only. This is going to be 1 to 4. I am so excited about that. Not enough games have enough player slots. I would like to see it 1 to 8, but, you know, I understand that's not necessarily feasible, especially for this. And there's a variety of things you can loot, whereas in the first one you were trying to find specific things. This, it's a little more streamlined. You find junk that you will subsequently sell. You don't have to think, oh, is this trader is it gonna be more valuable for this trader than this? It's very straightforward. As you progress, there's also different zombie types. There's the aerobics zombies that move quick. There's the spitters. There's the infected animals, and there are bosses. Remember, aerobic zombies? Just talking about that. We're gonna get to the end of this street, because I think the end of this street is where we get the T intersection. And then we'll move on. Like I said, I have so many games I want to show you guys. Yeah, I don't trust those. They look like zombies. But then, so do I. So who am I to judge? As the environments, some have lights on, some don't. It's got a very natural vibe to it, but it's not so complex to it that you can't figure out what's going on in your basic areas. It gives you just enough information to give it depth, but not so much that it overwhelms you. See? Spitter zombies. It's always spitter zombies. And they are tanky. You're welcome. Like I said, I'm running a little long on some of these. I don't care. I want to show you guys these games. The demos are out now. That's why I'm playing through them, so you can, if you didn't get the chance to play the demo, you can see some of the gameplay. You can get some of the vibe. Like I said, you can adjust the graphics. If you don't like that VHS effect or CRT TV effect, you can turn those off. If you don't like the TV frame, you can turn that off. I'm going for the full vibe. One thing it does have is YouTuber mode. I don't know what that does. It doesn't tell me. No idea. So we have it turned on because we're a YouTuber. Yes, we are a YouTuber. That was a crit. There are so many zombies. Just so many zombies. It's like it's the zombie apocalypse or something. I can take most of them out in one hit, though. I like that. Makes me feel super powerful. Spitters I can't. Spitters take more than one hit. Shop. This is the shopkeeper everybody's going to be excited about. This is the shopkeeper everybody wants to find, everybody needs to find. Here's the problem. 20% failure rate is not 20% in my experience. Because here's the one where you can upgrade your weapons. You can upgrade the weapons you have. That's awesome, right? So let's upgrade our meat cleaver. Fail chance the first time, 0%. It's not going to fail. It's not going to break. I like to tinker with things. For $200, I'll try my best to upgrade your weapon. There's a chance I'll break it. You can do this multiple times. Most of the time, if I've gone above 1, it breaks. I don't know what the percentage chance actually is, but it's not what it says it is. Let's upgrade our cleaver. Armor piercing, penetration, and spread. That's pretty cool. Also, these drag wheels don't. I haven't been able to scroll down, drag down, what have you. See, now it's got 10% fail chance, ostensibly. Damage, recovery time, and hit rate. Okay, we're going to leave it to that. Buy whatever health stuff. Part of why I'm doing this is because I will keep playing this later. This is for future me. Yeah, you know what? We're actually gonna go ahead and end it there. Options, is there a way to save? Main menu, are you sure? Yeah. And that, my friends, has been Dead Pixels. Definitely check it out. Make sure to wishlist it. Like I said, I'm very excited. I will be eagerly anticipating and awaiting the future release of this game. But for now, we have other games to play. This is Windward Horizon. Yeah, so I played a little bit of this earlier. One of the things I wanted to do, first of all, was fight some pirates. This is the sequel to the original Windward, which is available on Steam, as are pretty much all the games I play. It's a fun, open-world, sandbox sailing game. If you're wanting to play a game where he plays a pirate sailor ship sailing around, going to from harbor to harbor, these are the games to play. Let's do new campaign. Let's delete new campaign. Let's just go ahead and start right off the bat. The music is very evocative of Firefly, as it were. The first time you play this, it will give you a tutorial. Like I said, I've already played it. I don't fully understand everything that's going on, but that's okay. I don't need to. Yeah, so you start with this very basic ship. You enter and you go from port to port. You sail around. Right now, there's a lot of stuff on the screen that isn't going to make a lot of sense. That's okay. Doesn't need to. Once you play it the first time, you'll kind of understand and get a better sense for it. But like I said, isn't that music just amazing? It's very evocative of Firefly, actually. So when you park at a port, you've got all these options. We'll scroll through them. Home, that's just the general information. This is the marketplace. This bar being so far to the right indicates a strong desire to buy, indicating the province will pay a premium for this commodity. But yeah, they would pay out the teeth for clothing, if we had any. Food they have in abundance. Bread's actually pretty cheap. But we need to find... This bar being so over to the left indicates strong desire to sell, meaning you can buy it here to discount. Yes. Commodity can be sold here. You choose to quickly leave the region from any port belonging to your faction. That's good to know. I didn't know that. Learning something new every day. This is the marketplace where you can buy equipment for your ship. You can pull up your ship. Hey, here, you can change the look of your ship. Your actions will change your standing with the various factions. Actions, factions, all that jazz. Can combine two items of the same type and similar quality, replacing one skill or ability with another. Both the original items will be destroyed in the process. Regional minimap. Yep. It's a little slow on some of the tutorial prompts. You can craft items while docked in a province with an appropriate workshop. Okay, if we had any of that, that would be great. Personal vault, that's fine. You can buy new ships if you have enough money, which right now, we don't. We're broke. We need to do some missions. Notice board. Buried treasure, courier run. Needs cargo to be delivered. Yeah, let's do that. That sounds great. Drop off in Mesverbe. Drop off in Corin. Okay, so we're going to take some stuff to some places. It's going to be great. In Corin. This quest has an objective outside of this region. Okay, well, then we'll do that. I said, the graphics are pretty... The graphics are pretty. They are smooth. They are sculpted. If you can start getting through the menus, it's going to be a lot prettier for you. So we need to go up here. This is the world map, as it were. Yeah, I will admit, navigation has been tricky for me thus far. I'm going to see if we can avoid that fighting. Raging battle. Yep. Just not going to even fuss with that. Nope, don't go in there. Don't touch it. Okay, we're good. Mesverbe. Where are we? Okay. So we're dropping off in Mesverbe and then dropping off in Corin. Okay. Well, you're in Mesverbe and the fishery in Corin. Shipment. And now we leave. And now we go to Corin. Well, this apparently isn't my faction. Like I said, it feels very smooth. And the graphics are overhauled from the first one. I believe, if I understand my friend... Iron Turtle. Okay. Corin is all the way down there. Well, that's inconvenient. If I remember hearing from Iron Turtle, they used a lot of the mechanics from their prototype game to implement in this. Just to kind of update some of the mechanics they had from the first one. As the world map is a lot more open. The original world maps were done tile by tile. This one feels very, very much more open in the same way of a lot of sailing exploration games. Now I'm sure it's procedurally generated, but it's done very smoothly, which I appreciate. And I like that you can just kind of go places and do things. One thing I would like to have an earlier exploration of is combat. Give me an early game fighting tutorial mission. That's all I want. I want to fight pirates. Where are we? Okay. And we're going here. The music always seems to fit the vibe of wherever you are. Time of day, mood, climate. Now, all of the houses of all these towns do seem to have a very Oriental theme. There doesn't seem to be a lot of variety in what you're encountering in towns. Shipment for you. This will do. Farewell. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this game. Like I said, it's very... It plays very smooth. It's really pretty to look at. It's got a lot of detail if you look for it. But you can also zoom out and just kind of get the broad pictures of things. I have unspent talent points. Since when do I have talent? That's new. Support. Offense, defense. Oh, let's be offensive. Volley, yes. And now we have that. How many points do we have? It doesn't tell me. Oh, we got 2 talent points. Okay. Do we? Do we actually? No. So that's a liar. All right, that's fine. I do want to get into... I want to go get into a fight. There's treasure everywhere, by the way. This is a pirate game. There's treasure everywhere. There's going to be treasure everywhere. And it does have the very omnipresent fog of war. Back to Corbin Castle? Sure. Back to Corbin Castle. Wait, where are we? What? I hit something and I don't know what. Well, that was embarrassing. It is a little slow getting from place to place. I imagine there's upgrades that can improve that. And yeah, you can get bigger ships, you can get more equipment, you can get different cannons, you can customize with color schemes and all that. If you're into the kind of pirate sailing genre, this is definitely one to check out. And of course the original. This game is made, as I understand it, largely by a solo dev. One of the first things you'll encounter when you boot up the game is it does say, hey, I do use some AI generation for character portraits because I'm mostly a solo dev and don't have the time to make character portraits, especially randomly generated ones. You can turn that off. That is one of the first things they do is say, hey, you can just turn that off. Let's see if they've got something. Pirate hunt. Locate and defeat Bado and his allies. Dangerous pirate. Oh, sure. Let's do a pirate hunt. Because I want to fight a pirate. Is he here? I don't know where the pirate is. Oh, and we're destroying our ship. That'll happen.
close enough to the harbor. We can just hop back to the harbor. I do remember sinking countless hours into the first game. Okay, not countless, but a lot. I did play the first one a lot. Remain stationary. I'm trying to. As much as I would wrap up the video here, we've got to fight this pirate. We've got to find this pirate, right? We've got to. Let's see if he's outside the region. Yes, that's where we're going. I do like that it gives you quest markers, so that's handy. I want to get a good feel of combat once. Lines ready. Take a closer look. Yep, this is what we were going for. I don't know if we're winning. I would argue that we're probably not. But we're not quite losing. We're not winning, but we're not losing. How about that? I swear I'm not this bad at games, guys. I'm not this bad at games. Oh, that might be the end of us. Yep, quest failed. All right. You get the idea. It's a pirate game, it's a sailing game, it's trading and exploration. It's as quick and easy, simple as fun as you want it to be. Definitely check it out, throw it on your wish list, and for now, we're going to continue on. This, my friends, is Tower of Kalimanvo. This is a spiritual successor to the original Diablo. Whereas the original Diablo was very much a deep, dark dungeon crawler with a focus on light and semi-occult themes. The later installments were very much high fantasy. Right away, it gives you the option to pick your character. We're gonna go by Nira. It's like Nero, but Nira. It's fine. And we're going to take a bow. That's all we're going to take. I played this once already. Oh, I have to take two things. Fine, I'll take a bow and a sword. I'm going to get rid of the sword pretty immediately. And right away, you're entering the lower dungeons. The graphics are nostalgic, let's say. The controls are a little... Let's also say nostalgic. You control by using your mouse pointer. You can hold yourself still to fire arrows and to fight. Like I said, the graphics are nostalgic. The movement, rather than being tile-based like the original Diablo, is actually fully 3D. So there's a lot of ability to move around and take different posturing. It does mean you don't get to do the bottlenecking like you were able to in the original Diablo.
But the music has the old classic grim, dark, heavy metal vibe. Like I said, it's spooky, it's creepy, it's dark. Everything's dark. First thing we need to do is turn on the mini-map overlay. Because otherwise, how else are you going to navigate this? This place is a nightmare. Look at that thing. That's bonkers. We don't like that. We want to shoot that with an arrow. I don't know if there's a way to sell stuff. I never got that far. But we're already doing better than we've done previously. Because we figured out how to move and how to do things. Okay. We know there's an enemy there. Alright, we want to turn on... Oh, yeah. Enemies outline. Always. Highlight items on ground. Because we always want to know where our enemies are. And there are many of them. Health by 2, mana by 1. Excellent. We're also going to set our timer. Yeah, the environment is much more reminiscent to the original Diablo. Whereas all the Diablo 2 and 3 and 4, all the sequels have more of an open world to them. The original Diablo didn't. It had a town and then just an increasingly deep, dark, scary dungeon that eventually progressed to actually hell. I'm not saying you couldn't get there in some of the later ones, but they were very much open world, high fantasy. The very first one, the very first Diablo, I felt could have taken place in like Salem, Massachusetts. Any after that, very much it was, yeah, it took place in this high fantasy world. And things got weird. It's not saying they were bad, it changed the vibe. And that's why this one, I feel, is more of a spiritual successor. It very much has the same vibe. It very much has the feel of, hey, I have a spreadsheet of my character. I have dexterity. Yeah. Points and math and things. That thing is big and scary. I don't like that. That looks like a gorilla with a metal cage on its head. I don't want to face that. Lose ground. Oh no, we're going to lose ground. Oh, we're going to lose ground. Not having to keep track of arrows is nice. I like not having to keep track of arrows. Ha! Got it. I think that thing's called a mauler, so I'm glad we didn't get mauled. Yeah, it has... The music is almost Doom era kind of sound to it. The enemies, it feels like a modded Diablo 1. That's what this game feels like. Like if somebody modded the first Diablo. There's a lot of blood and gore in it. That's also got some of the nostalgia factor. Yeah, it's a fun little dungeon crawler. Pretty intuitive. Once you figure it out, it's pretty easy to pick up. I can't imagine why you'd ever want to use melee weapons, but there are also melee weapons and magic weapons, and magic attacks. In fact, we should probably have one of our archery arts. Yeah, there we go. Cultists. Always cultists. It's always cultists. Because of course there are. Why wouldn't there be, really? Oh, that's bad. That's another one of those big gorilla things. No. Use magic arrows. Ha! Victory. What is it? It's one of those games you can just kind of zone out playing. Doesn't require a huge amount of focus. And it has a lot of that nostalgic vibe to it. So I'm excited about it. I don't know how polished it's going to be. But it's definitely worth checking out. As you can see, I play mostly ranger character. I'm looking for stairs. I want to know if there's stairs out of here. And if so, I want to find them. I would really like to get out of here. Is there a way out of here? So far, the answer is no. Is that a book? Book of Bloodlust. Well, all right then. That's a lot of things trying to kill me. Alchemy table. Nope, no stairs here. Guess we'll leave. Hey, look, stairs. Entering a forgotten passageway. Well, this doesn't get us out. I want to get out. All right. Well, you get the idea of the game. You get the vibe. You get the motif. It's an isometric dungeon crawler, but with more of the classical vibes of the original Diablo. I do think that is what they're going for, is a love letter to the original Diablo. And yeah, they do it pretty well. So we'll see how that progresses. But we have other games to play. Welcome to Monaco 2, my friends. This is a sequel to a game I absolutely loved, which was the original Monaco. Now, I have played this a little bit. Obviously, had to have. There's one caveat I have, and that's I do not understand why half of the NPCs are robots. It's never really explained. I don't know. It just, they have robot voices, and I'm not sure why. And they talk about humans. %66 progress. The graphics are
much more advanced than the first one. I don't know that I would go ahead. I don't know that I would go to the extent of saying they were better. They are fancier. Again, I have a soft spot for the old pixel-based, low-res games. But as you can see, it's got a variety of levels. It's got different quote-unquote difficulties, which is locked seeds, and then they have procedurally generated to play it. Now, the navigation here, that is something that frustrates me because there's not a lot to... You saw I was trying to click a different map. It did not let me. That was a little frustrating. The cast is, once again, pretty well specifically colored so that you can figure out who's who.
Congratulations, my darlings. Here's to a successful job.
Oi, oi, Savaloy! What's all this? Are we having a celebration?
Welcome, monsieur. May I get you and your quietly menacing associates a drink?
Yeah, I'll have a pint of shut your baguette hole and listen, French fry.
Well, that just seems rude.
I know who you are. You run Bonafide Sanitation.
Which part of the whole your wish did you not understand, missy?
What she said. Our robot cleaners work Le Petit Escrow, see? And they clocked something last night that cocked my mince pies. Right, I'll cut to the chase. I know it was you who nicked my violin. I've got it all on camera.
That was something we did in the previous playing of this.
We meant no disrespect, sir. If we knew it belonged to such an important and respectable figure such as...
Don't mug me off, bumlicker. The way I see it, you dirty plebs owe me a favor, or 10. Do a little job for me, and I won't turn your life into a bleeding nightmare by releasing...
It has a nice Ocean's 11 vibe to it. I do appreciate that.
Given the circumstances, that sounds more than reasonable. What do you want stolen?
Stolen, love? Nah, nothing like that. I want you to test my firm's security. All you gotta do is transfer some corporate funds into my personal account. Piece of cake, isn't it?
Corporate accounts would be tied to C-Club security. We'd need your personal key pass.
Oi, whatever it takes, sunshine. I believe in you, because I think you know I'll boot your bollocks back to Buckerland.
Sorry, I'm listening to this story.
Anything naughty. Though, just to make sure no one has any funny ideas, I'm going to be sending Una along as my business liaison.
Monsieur, my friends may be push-arounds, but I do not work for free.
Fair enough. You clean the place out, or do it fast, or just do it bleeding well, and I'll give you some of my diamonds.
Diamonds are kind of the elite currency for unlocking abilities.
Diamonds, you say? Consider me a good soldier.
So, first of all, graphics are very much fancier than the first one. The music vibe definitely gives a lot of Ocean's 11 vibes. The old heist movies and whatnot. Down the basement first, grab the key to the foreman's office. And go upstairs and do a little hacky on the boss computer, yeah? Oh, yes. So originally, we only had 4 characters. We didn't have the Brute. I always like playing as the Brute. Been playing as the Engineer. Let's play as the Brute. You have 3 diamonds. Plus 2 rechargeable body armor. Not available in the demo. Cannot change my outfit. No rechargeable body armor it is. Alright. So we're going to the basement over here. where we'll go to the foreman's office, get the key. And then... trash expander. Then we need to get back upstairs. I guess it's the same staircase. And then... what's that key? I don't know. We're just gonna start. It does lose some of its charm being fully 3D like this. Okay, well... apparently I have to punch them a lot. I missed the cleaner from the first one. So you run around these levels, you collect coins. And yeah, collecting coins is kind of the goal of the game. Coins, treasures, what have you. Ow. I am lockpicking, sir. The map rotates, which is a little confusing on some parts. Yeah, you can be as stealthy or not stealthy as you like. In my case, I usually prefer to be stealthy, but that doesn't seem to be happening this time. So we're just gonna punch this guy in the back of the head until he falls unconscious. So there's that. Get these lockpicks. If there's a way to run, I don't remember.
As a haggis in a haystack.
Anyway, sorry, this game is requiring a little bit more focus than I usually like to give on videos where I'm doing an explanation. As you can see, the graphics still fairly simple, but not so simple that it loses its charm. We are stealth. We are a stealthy brick. She's a stealth brick. Sneaky. Very sneaky. Let's just knock everybody unconscious. That seems to be solving most of our problems. And then I was wrong. Yeah, let's try this again. Okay, we're really bad at this anymore. I didn't used to be. I'm supposed to get around here. Oh, I get it. I could have gone around this way.
Looks like we lost him, lads.
Ah, yes. So you can hack things, you can pick locks. That's a little harder. The idea is that you are doing these stealth missions and whatnot, and sneaking around, finding the treasure and what have you. Okay, this guy. I'm not wild about this character. If I'm being honest. Wait, and at least turn off. So yeah, the missions again, it's never really explained why why everything's robots. The original Monaco I found to be a lot more fun. Ugh. Everything moves a bit faster. I don't want to do that. But you get the idea. You sneak through levels, you collect loot, you find various power-ups that make it easier for you to sneak through levels. You dodge laser beams, which is a little more difficult when you're a brick wall. I was excited about this. I was more excited about it before I played it. Now, it's not saying that this is a bad game. It's just saying it is not the Monaco I remember. It is much, much different. Very, very different. Much different. My goodness, Nero. It is very different from the Monaco I remember playing. Again, not bad necessarily. Just okay, that's interesting. You didn't have that option in the other game. It's just a different game.
I'm just an innocent bystander with a very convincing accent.
Not a bad game, just different. It still has the same feel of, yeah, you're sneaking around, you're looting stuff. But it feels more complicated than it needs to be. I'm still gonna play it, like, I'm still having a good time here. Yeah, whatever. Just gonna leave. It's fine. Nobody cares. Like I said, I am having a hard time mustering quite the same level of excitement and energy that I have for the previous version of this. The other version, for as simple as the characters were, they felt like they had a little bit more depth. There weren't quite the same forced accents. Are we going? I don't know. Okay, it's got arrows telling me where I'm supposed to be going. Alright. That guy shot me. Did not appreciate that. Usually I try to do things stealthy. Usually. Ow. But that's not happening this one. The earlier levels did have a little bit better music, I think. Like I said, the vibe just doesn't feel quite as cohesive as the original. But I understand that for advancement on some of these things, yeah, you have to make some changes. You have to make some... You have to make some adjustments, some sacrifices. And yeah, it's not that it's bad, it's just different. So if you're looking for the original Monaco experience, this is not that. You're not going to get that from this game. This is still a great game. It's just not the original Monaco. It does let you change characters midway through levels, so that's nice. Missing coins somewhere. Are we missing coins? No, we've cleared out this floor. So now we need to leave. This is a checkpoint which we're going to take advantage of. And we're going to quit. Because we have more games to play. This, my friends, is Solarpunk. This is a game by the same developer who made a game about digging a hole, which we just recently played. Have fun building your home and flying with the airship. Now it says have fun farming, building your home, and flying with the airship. One of the things it really needs to emphasize is you're gonna need to farm. If you don't like farming, you're not gonna enjoy this game as much. There's a lot to this game that wasn't really explained, which is fine. If you like cozy farming sims, this is a great game. If you wanted a cozy farming sim in a beautiful landscape, this is that game. The entire game takes place in these floating islands, floating in this giant cloudscape sea. You're up in the sky, you're on these floating islands, which is fantastic. Now, first thing you're going to want to do is eat some berries. Shift to sprint. Settings. General show tutorial. Show. Well, since I've played this before, I don't know if it's going to show the tutorial part of the game. But much like every other survival crafter, the tutorial is find some sticks, find some stones, build tools, get more materials, all that. It is repetitive in that sense. You've played this game before. You've played the game where you wake up and you are starting a new survival crafting in a new place where you need to collect sticks and stones to make basic tools, to collect more sticks and more stones to make more advanced tools. Then you need to move from a hunter-gatherer society to an agrarian society where you build farm plots and care for crops. The difference is that this advances from... How can I put this differently? This has a pretty steep progression. You start with sticks and stones, you move to iron, and then you almost immediately move to solar technology. Which is great. The The progression levels seem a little steep, but that'll happen. Tab inventory. I hit the wrong button. I hit G instead of F. F is how we make tools. Craft an axe. Because axes, or pickaxe, we'll craft a pickaxe because pickaxes will get a stone directly. And let's face it, we're going to need some rocks. We're going to see if we can get that unstuck me. Well, I didn't want that to happen. Save and back. Usually, playing through this, it would show you a tutorial in the top right corner. Since I played this, it's not going to show me that, because it's going to assume I know what I'm doing. Which is a terrible assumption. Yeah, you gather resources, you explore. I should have kept my old world, because that would have let me show off that yeah, you pretty quickly you build an airship, and with that airship you get to explore all these new islands and all these new places to go. You get to go up there, and that will give you a demo pack of solar technologies for crop management, sprinklers and such. But a lot of that is requisite on a number of resources that you have to gather and farm and whatnot. The very first time I played for about an hour, hour and a half. The graphics are... they're nothing overly exciting. It's got some more advanced physics than a lot of the games do. As you can see, the textures aren't overly complicated. But it is still very pretty. It's almost like a painting. The music is therapeutic and relaxing. It's very zen. There isn't combat that I know of. It's simply progression and advancement into the sky. And my oh my, what a sky. I mean, just getting to see waterfalls cascading off of the side of these islands. Getting to see just these amazing, massive clouds off in the distance. And it's just a very... it makes the world feel very big, and you feel very small. But as I said, if you played a survival crafting game, you've played this game. But you haven't, because this one has its differences. How do you make a survival crafting game different? Well, you have to put it in a different environment. And in this case, the environment they chose was the sky, which is pretty fantastic. I'm not sure what the story is. I'm not sure if there are or will be NPCs. I'm not sure if there's going to be character customization. That would be something I'd be interested in. But it is still a very pretty and smooth game. So if you're looking for kind of that Stardew Valley vibe of farming, building, making your house, and then exploration, this is a good one to check out. So definitely check that out. Worth looking into. And I think we've got one more game. This is a game I almost missed. I did not know about it. It's called Worship. You play as I understand it, you play as a cultist for an eldritch being. And it's kind of like Lovecraftian Pikmin. So how could I resist? Oh, and you get to pick which one? Okay. So yeah, you would get to pick which eldritch being you worship. And Ansgade, Herald of Annihilation, the bane of every living thing, being the most compassionate among the unseen depths gods, it could not bear witness to the sufferings of mortals over the length of their fragile existence. Its twisted empathy became hatred directed towards life's frailty. No longer would it stand idle while mortals agonize until time see fit to bring an end to their fruitless lives. Mercy will be granted. Do we want Ghastly Claws ritual? Manifest and hurl a pale imitation of spectral claws to rend your foes. Sculptor settles in your cult base and lends his skills to your cause. Bring him catalysts when you want them transformed into relics. The more your followers take damage, the faster they attack. Feel emboldened by their pain rather than deterred by it. Oh, let's have berserk followers. So right away, the art style is very much feels hand drawn. It feels kind of sketchy, which isn't a bad thing. Rather than play the single player, we're going to cut straight into the tutorial so you can get a good sense of the gameplay and how it works. F to interact. For your surroundings by moving around. Well, don't mind if I do. Mortal, heed my edict. Seek my altar. Serve. Worship me. I am power. I offer you power. I gift you purpose. Inspire devotion. Spread my truth. Lead my flock. Find the grimoire. Learn the occult. I watch. I wait. Do not fail. D+ or better. Using KBM, left mouse button can also move your cultists. I can use mouse to navigate. M to open map. Okay, I need to go north. Whatever will be recorded on it as you explore. Hey you, yes, you, the madman in robes that just picked me up. Congrats, you now possess a charming and witty talking grimoire. Walk the path of the cultist. Learn, obey, and prove you are worthy of the role. Deeper in these ruins lies the altar to commune with a god. Seek it and vow to serve. Reflect poorly on me if you turn out to be useless, so please don't suck. Ah. Okay. Okay, so that's how I loop things. Ah, and then I draw it back in. Pour blood from the ground to replenish yourself. Stab yourself to draw on the ground with your blood. Whereas your blood supply is also your life supply. That's a neat mechanic. I like that. You might have guessed this ain't no ordinary wall. Beckons for blood. Yours, ideally. I think by now you're acquainted with your new best friend, the Ritual Blade. You me and resume stabbing that bloody mess, formerly known as your right hand. Well done, champ. You make bleeding to death's door look so easy. Should I be concerned? We have so much blood. Little fellows are most important stepping stone for your new role. Godless such as these can be converted into loyal followers for your cause. So the old gods, you will need your own army of faithful. Treat all your followers as if they are flesh and blood. Expendable. Draw a circle with blood around Godless you want to convert. Okay. Haha! Now we're getting the minions. All of them. This is an acceptable circle. And there's blood just everywhere. I mean, there's blood just everywhere. I do like the black and white art style. Press command button once to send out a single follower. Interact with objects and enemies on contact. Hold R. Force and follow again. Ah. Destroy everything. Oh yes, we're back to Little King's story. But in this case, as a king, we are, look, seems like exploring a bit can be worth our time. Doesn't lead us to inquisitors eager to guide us towards the nearest pyre. Not as spectators, but as combustible. Oh yes. Army of cultists. Tear down that wall. What is this? Precious transparent crystal is called a catalyst. How you become stronger and learn new spells. Carry it with followers until you can activate them later. See the horror's larvae encased in the chrysalis? We call those catalysts. These are gifts from the unseen depths. They are invaluable for your cult. And the monuments that act as a bridge between worlds. Those will strengthen your god's influence on the mortal realm. Yes, you power-hungry sicko, your fan club also gets more badass in the process. Play with controller or keyboard mouse. Okay, cool. Might have omitted to advertise a tiny side effect of our world's mingling. May or may not occasionally pull some of my fellow countrymen here. Unfortunately, not the incredibly charming and witty talking books kind. Talking ravenous and nightmarish horrors, so yeah, cheers to that. Well, I don't know what's going on there. I wanted it. But apparently I cannot claim it. That's fine. So yeah, it's a silly dark game. So that's neat. Talking to Catalyst Crystal to spawn an Eldritch Monument. Which monument grants you and your followers new powers. And when you own, grants you a new ritual spell. Okay. I did that. Isn't it supposed to do something? Well, when in doubt, draw a circle in blood. I seem to have glitched the game. Okay, well, that's neat. Not ideal, but it's not what I wanted to have happen. Oh, fine. Moving on. Oh, I should have been reading that. You own a special book containing all sorts of knowledge. Use it to bind your new spells to the shape of your choice. All cultists come from trying rituals to shapes. Casting and channeling spells uses up spell charges. Tribute. Okay, so... I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Here's a last church sealed this past some kind of barrier. The statue looks like the power source. You must destroy it. Your ritual is the only thing that can reach it. Unleash its power. I would, but the ritual doesn't seem to be working. Well, now that we know kind of what we're doing, that's worship. Yeah, was a little sad that it didn't pan out there at the end. But understandable. It looks cute, it looks silly, it looks spooky. Probably can keep that in my back pocket for later. I think we have one more. Let me check. False. We do not have one more game. There are a ton of games coming out, though. There are just so many. I mean, just so many. Yeah, they're definitely worth checking out. I have many that I'm excited about, many that I'm looking forward to playing. There's a few that I dabbled through on this that caught my interest, but some others that I was excited about that I don't know. We're gonna see if they actually pan out. I said I wanted to be excited about some of them. Others they didn't pan out for me. Deck of Haunts, however, did, and I'm gonna spend probably most of the rest of the night playing this because I enjoyed the heck out of it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your patience. This video is not going to have much editing done to it except cutting out the slow parts. That is 6 games. This is our game demo omnibus. Check out all these games. Support the developers. They are working hard at making stuff that we're excited about. And they're working hard at making stuff that other people will be excited about. However, this has been a deviation from the norm. We will be back to short stories next week. We have a few more to knock out before we begin our next long story playthrough, which is going to be by request. Hey, by the way, I'm a YouTuber. I'm really responsive to feedback. By request, our next full playthrough is going to be Graveyard Keeper. So looking forward to that. We've got a few shorter games to play in the meantime. We're also going to do another video of Outpath, at least one more, just to say we did. And we'll continue as we go. Thank you so much for your patience, my friends. We'll see you next week. For now, farewell.